السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
وعليكم السلام.
How are you all doing today?
وعليكم السلام. Good, الحمد لله.
Good, alhamdulillah. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, alhamdulillah. أهلا وسهلا. Welcome to another class of Islamic studies and Arabic and Quran. Let us start. Let us start first with attendance. Okay. So I'm supposed to have to. Ala, is Ala here?
She's here, but
He's here, but the voice right now is. يلا. Selena.
Yeah. Sorry.
أهلا. حنين.
yes,
آنيا.
yes,
عزيزة.
I'm here.
أحمد.
he is not here.
Ahmed is not here today? Wow.
That's the first day, I think.
Okay, actually, he joined. He came right on time.
Subhanallah. As soon as we speak. أحمد كيف الحال؟
تمام.
أهلا وسهلا. نداء.
I'm here.
أهلا. And Tala.
Here.
أهلا. ما شاء الله, all of you are here today. Full house.
House.
يعني. So we continue with Salah. And you know, the reason why we're taking so much class in Salah because of the importance of Salah. How much important Salah is. We spoke about the Tahara, we spoke about the conditions of the Salah. We spoke about the different categories that every action a Salah could come in. Before that, we had spoken about Sifat al-Salah, the way you pray completely, before we broke it down into parts, before we broke it down into 3 parts. And then, of course, we broke them into 3 parts. When we broke them into 3 parts, what were the 3 parts? Who could explain that to us? Every action in Salah come under one category. Yes, Tala? Yalla, bismillah.
Wajib, mustahab, and rukun.
Exactly. Every single action in your Salah could either be a wajib or a mustahab or a rukun. Of course, what we spoke about so far are the arkan. The ones that we spoke about so far are the arkan. Who could give us example? If you could do it in order, that would be great too. An example of some arkan.
For the
Yes,
pillars,
Ahmed. Yes, Ahmed.
Ahmed.
Or was it Ahmed the one asking, saying?
I never asked anything.
Not asking, yani, answering. Okay, anyone.
Me.
No, what's it called again? The things that you say when you go to ruku and sujood.
Standing during Salah, if you're able to.
Of course. So what we're saying is that every single action in Salah comes under a specific category. Either rukun, pillar, or mustahab, recommended, or wajib, obligation. So far, all we spoke about is the arkan. All we spoke about so far are the arkan, the pillars. And the question was if you can mention some of the pillars that we spoke about so far. Pillars are those that make the Salah valid. Without them, you have no Salah. These are the pillars that hold up your salah, make your salah correct. For example, give me some examples.
Once.
Takbirat al-ihram, without it you can't pray.
Okay, but give me an example of a pillar.
Of a pillar,
Mhm.
standing during salah if
For
somebody is able
example,
to.
exactly. Standing if you're able to, that's correct. Standing if you're able to,
Saying
It's-
Allahu Akbar.
exactly. It's a pillar. Saying Allahu Akbar. Not every time you say Allahu Akbar or a specific time.
At the beginning of
Exactly.
like for the opening takbir.
Exactly. That time of saying Allahu Akbar, that is a pillar. Because that's the key of prayer. That's when you come into prayer. That's when you enter prayer. That first Allahu Akbar, now khalas, you're in a new state, you're in a new status, sacred status. You're inside the salah. As-salah. So that first Allahu Akbar, that entrance to salah, that is a pillar. You entered salah. And of course, we mentioned, for example, others like reciting Surah Al-Fatiha and the ruku' and the standing up, the rising and standing up, let's say both of 5 and 6, what you see on your screen, that's like 1. So this is standing up after ruku'. This is a pillar. And of course, the sujood. And we mentioned how important the sujood is. We mentioned the sujood is the closest time where a servant is to his Lord. And we talked about the 7 parts of your body that you must touch when you're making sujood. What are those 7 parts when you're making sujood that must be on the ground, touching the ground?
Your forehead, nose. No,
Yes,
no, no,
Aziza.
not your nose.
So your forehead and your nose, that's 1. Okay. We need 7.
Palms.
Your knees and your toes.
So your knees, that's make it, that's 2.
The
And your toes, that's 5.
Your
What else? What is missing?
the
To make it 7.
The
Exactly. The palms of the hand make it 7. So it's your forehead, the palms of your hands, the knees, and the toes.
toes.
We mentioned, of course, right now we're not mentioning what you say in your sujood because we're talking about rukun acts, pillar. When we start to talk about obligations, we'll talk about what you say in your sujood, inshallah. We spoke about between every 2 sujood, you must sit down. We spoke about that. And then, of course, it continues again. And from standing to ruku' to standing again, sujood to sitting to sujood, until you get to the last tashahhud. Number 10 is very important. Number 10 says, if you guys look at number 10 says, being at ease in each of these physical pillars. Now, subhanAllah, this one is very important. You know, subhanAllah, there was a time, a Sahabi, he was praying in front of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And he was praying so fast. So when he finishes salah, yes, Ala, you have a question?
I already know the hadith.
You know this hadith, mashallah. So that means I'll let you explain it to us. I'll give it in a summarized fashion. I'll let you explain it, inshallah.
Okay.
So,
Or after?
right after, inshallah. Let me just tell him in like a summarized fashion and then.
Okay, inshallah.
Okay, go ahead, Ala. Go ahead. So he saw the man praying. The Rasulullah saw the man praying.
Yes, he saw him praying so fast, and then he told him, "Salli فإنك لم تصلي." That means
Correct.
that go pray because you didn't pray.
Hmm?
The man told him, "Yes, I prayed." He told him, "No, you didn't." So what I understand from this hadith, it's that when you have to pray or anything, you have to follow all the conditions of salah. Also have the intention, that is the most important, because without it your salah must be accepted. And also follow all pillars and recommended things, also objectives.
MashaAllah. Jazakallah khairan. Ala, if you guys understand this hadith, you will understand how important it is to for a pillar.
So don't pray with haste.
No, exactly. Don't pray with haste, like rushing, like not giving each single action its due respect. You see, the Prophet ﷺ, he told him, "Qum fasalli fa innaka lam tusalli." He told the first time the man prayed, he said, get up and pray. You haven't prayed. So the man, he went back and he prayed. And then he's finished. Rasulullah telling him the same thing, "Qum fasalli fa innaka lam tusalli." So the man went back and prayed, and he's finished. And the man is confused. And the third time, "Qum fasalli fa innaka lam tusalli." Get up and pray. You didn't pray. So he said, "Oh Rasulullah, this is what I know how to do. Teach me, what am I doing wrong?" Rasulullah tell him that when you get up and you pray, that you make the takbir and you read Surah Al-Fatiha, that you read what Allah made easy for you from the Quran, meaning, of course, Surah Al-Fatiha and another surah, Surah Al-Fatiha being a pillar and the other one being a mustahab. And then he told him, after this, you kabbir and you make ruku'. And you make ruku' until you are sure, you are mutma'in, you are comfortable that you made ruku'. So what is meaning here is that you pause enough time, even if it's for 2 seconds or 3 seconds or 4 seconds, whatever, you paused enough time in that certain rukun, in that certain pillar of salah, whether it's the standing or the ruku' or the standing after the ruku' or the sujood or the sitting between the sujood. You paused enough time that you are comfortable in your heart, mutma'in, that you did that certain action, that you made ruku', or that you made sujood, or that you actually stood up between them both, or that you sat down between both sujoods, that your heart is at rest, that you actually paused, all of your body paused and stopped. So the Prophet ﷺ, he prohibited the sujood of the rooster or of the chicken. So the chicken, when it's eating food, we don't. We don't make sujood like this. We make sujood, and you pause. You know that your body parts all stopped, and then you say Allahu Akbar. So at least you say Subhana Rabbil A'la one time. We're not talking about the actual saying Subhana Rabbil A'la, because that's an obligation. But we're asking about the time that your body parts actually stop. It could be equivalent. It could be close to the time of saying at least one time Subhana Rabbil A'la. That your body parts actually paused and you're sure that you made sujood and not just hit the ground and fly back up. So that itself, it's a pillar. Being comforted that you stopped in every single pillar action. Yes, anyone had a question?
Can I go use the bathroom?
Yes, of course. Yeah. So, of course, the final tashahhud, not, if you guys pay attention for a second, if the salat is arba rak'at, if it's salat al-dhuhr, there is a tashahhud in the middle, right?
Yes.
That tashahhud is not the tashahhud they are talking about now. They're not talking about that tashahhud, the one in the middle. They're talking about the one that is the end of the salah. So if it's 4 rak'at, the one in the 4th rak'ah, And if it's 2 rak'at, like Surah Al-Fajr, the one in the second rak'at, right? And what they mean here with the tashahhud, where you start, التحيات لله والصلوات والطيبات السلام عليكم أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام علينا وعباد الله الصالحين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. That's what they mean with التشهد. Okay? There is stuff that are sunnah, which mustahab before it, and while you're doing it, for example, you raise up your finger. This is from the sunnah. And for example, saying Salat al-Ibrahimiyya in some opinions, the opinion here, for example, is an obligation rather than a pillar. But the tashahhud, the last tashahhud itself, it's a pillar. Anyone, before I move on, can anyone explain to us again, what is the difference between the last tashahhud and the middle tashahhud? And what is the tashahhud? Who could explain that for us? No one? I know that, mashallah. I know, subhanAllah, this class specifically, is a high level class. Because, these drus, you don't learn at a very early level. Early level, they just teach you how to make salah in general. But learning the salah in this way, sometimes college students learn it in this way. Sometimes high school students learn it in this way. So, mashallah, this class is treated as a higher level of tulab ilm, inshallah. And sometimes it could be a little difficult, but I want you guys, I'll slow down a little bit if I'm going too fast. So let me ask the question step by step, because I might be going too fast. First of all, what is tashahhud? What is tashahhud?
I know. Tashahhud is like التحيات لله والصلوات والطيبات. When we just sit down and then we say that, and then we do salam.
Exactly, before the salam and before Salat al-Ibrahimiyya. Because Salat al-Ibrahimiyya, we'll talk about it inshallah while when we talk about the obligation acts, we'll talk about Salat al-Ibrahimiyya. But go ahead, tell us the words of at-tashahhud. Faddal Ala.
It's I forgot the beginning, sorry.
التحيات لله والصلوات
التحيات لله والطيبات لله والصلوات لله والزكيات لله السلام عليك يا نبي ورحمة الله والسلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله.
جزاك يا الله خيرا. Now that part, اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد اللهم صل محمدا كما صليت إبراهيم. That part is what we're talking about, Salat al-Ibrahimiyya. Leave that part alone. We're gonna talk about it when we talk about the obligations. We'll talk about very important part, of course, but we'll talk about it later, inshallah. But the tashahhud from at-tahiyyat up until ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. This is what we're talking about the tashahhud. This is what we're talking about the tashahhud. Now, of course, tashahhud, all of you guys have, I'm sure all of you guys have the tashahhud memorized.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
What's the difference between 12, 13, and 11? Like, isn't 12 basically 11 and 13?
Well, I noticed that sometimes in the source that I got this from, sometimes, for example, to me, when they said getting up to stand and standing up after the ruku', that was one. I counted it as one. So let me see. Okay, let's look at 12 and 13. Okay, there is a difference between 11 and 12 for sure. Okay, let me tell you before we go to 13. All of them, there's a difference. Yes, there is a difference. There is a difference. Yeah. Now, 11 is also speaking about the words that you say why you're seated. They're not talking about why you're seated in the end. They're talking about the words that you say. التحيات لله وصلواته وطيبات السلام عليكم أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته والسلام علينا وعباد الله الصالحين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. They're talking about those words. Those words are a pillar. The end, when you say those words in the end, the final tashahhud. Okay? Not the one in the middle. The one in the middle is an obligation. So for example, if you're praying 4 rakat and you stop in the middle and say those words, saying those words then is a obligation, not a pillar. But saying them in the end of the salah is a pillar, a rukun. So that's for number 12, the actual words that you say of a tahiyyat, right? Number 12, that was 11. The words is number 11. Number 12 is the actual sitting down. Sitting down when you say those words, sitting down while you're saying those words, that's also a pillar. The actual sitting down, your physical body sitting down, that's a pillar. And of course, 13 is when you actually say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. The first one is a pillar. The first salam on the right side, saying the first salam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, it's a pillar. Of course, the second one is from the sunan, it's recommended. That we should say, we shouldn't leave, it's not like because this act is recommended and this act is pillar and this act, we only do the pillar and we should do all of the salat actions. But at the same time, we should know, as students of knowledge, you guys should know the difference between each action. So just in case somebody missed one, you could tell them, oh, this if you miss this one, it's okay because it's not a pillar. But if you miss that one, for example, if you miss the first salam, it's a big problem because that's a pillar. Your salah would be your salah would be void, not good, if you miss the first one, the first salam. But if somebody make the second one, yes, they lose from the reward of the salah, and their salah is not perfectly complete. However, their salah is good. Their salah is good. Their salah is valid. It's sahih. It's correct. So don't forget, the last things we do, that is a pillar, the words of the tashahhud, the sitting down in the end, and the first taslim. Assalamu alaikum. And then, of course, we must do the other one, but it's not a pillar. It's recommended. So you saw the difference now between 11, 12, and 13?
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Now, there's one more here on the page, number 14. Let me just put it on it so you could. Number 14 is simple for you guys. All number 14 is saying is that you do everything in order. That in itself is a pillar. So you cannot, for example, come and make sujood before ruku'. Or you cannot start your prayer. Imagine somebody start off his prayer while making ruku' before he stand up. Is his salah good?
No.
No.
You can imagine somebody come and say they start not standing, they start with ruku'.
No.
Of course his salah is not good. He has to start standing. And then after the Fatiha, then he goes on to ruku'. So the number 14 is the order. The order of these pillars. The order of these pillars. Of course, if by mistake you added anything, if you added, for example, rather than making 4 rakat, you made 5 rakat, or for example, rather than making 2 sujuds, you made 3 sujuds. If you added a pillar to your salah, of course, in the end, what you do is you made sujood al-sahw. Sujood al-sahw, we'll have a special lesson for it altogether because sujood al-sahw, it helps with so much different things. Inshallah, after we finish all the 3 categories of salah, we'll come back and speak about sujood al-sahw. Yes, Salina?
So let's say like if I was praying and I'm not sure if I was on my 4th rakat or not, do I still make up the extra one just to be sure?
This is a good question. It's an excellent question.
No.
This is an excellent question that Selena asked. Now, listen. If just we could get away from the waswas of the shaitan, if your heart is basically sure that you made 4 rakat, but you have this little doubt, then khalas, you make the majority of your mind, the most chance is that you made the 4 rakat, khalas, tawakkal Allah, make the 4. But if it's a 50-50 chance, I made it, I didn't make it, then count your salah as 3 and make the 4th. Count your salah as 3. So because you're for sure you make how much? You're sure that you made 3, right? Correct?
Yeah.
You are sure 100% that you made 3 because you're doubting if you made the 4th or not. Then count it as 3. Count it as 3 and make the 4th, and then after the salah make sujood al-sahw. That's if you really have doubt. Maybe 50-50. But if you know in the back of your mind that you did 4, and shaitan is just giving you doubts, you made it, you didn't make it, and you're sure in the biggest chance that you made it, then la khalas tawakkal Allah. Because there's a hadith for both. There's a hadith if telling you that if you doubt, you make it 3, you make it the lesser number. And there's a hadith that tells us that you go according to the majority of your memory. So basically, if Wallahu ta'ala alam, if the majority of your thoughts is that you made it, then khalas tawakkal Allah, make your 4th and don't listen to the waswas and complete your 4 and khalas, make your salam, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu doesn't put a burden on you. Allah wants to make the deen easy on you, not hard on you.
What if you make like one little mistake? Do you also have to do the you have to do your salah over?
No, of course not. If you make mistakes in your salah, some mistakes you have to do nothing. For example, if you miss one of the recommended acts, your salah is good. You don't have to do nothing. If you forget one of the obligatory acts that we're going to talk about starting tomorrow, then all you have to do is do the sujood sahw in the end. And if you miss one of the pillar acts, which is not a minor mistake, of course, which is a major mistake, then, for example, if you forget to read, let's say, Surah Al-Fatiha, which is almost impossible to forget to read Surah Al-Fatiha, but if you forget to read Surah Al-Fatiha and you're sure 100% that you forgot to read Surah Al-Fatiha, you cancel out that rak'ah and you make an extra rak'ah. So you don't count that rak'ah because the pillar.
Could you go?
That's if you already passed it, but if you're still standing, right? Then you just read Surah Al-Fatiha, or you understand. So if you miss a rukun, that's the only time that you have to actually make up the rak'ah again, the unit again, while you're still in the salah, of course. But like I said, the salah is easy. Just do your best and tawakkal Allah, and because shaitan he tried to make stuff hard on us, and he tried to make us feel like our salah is not accepted. No, inshallah, your salah is accepted, and unless you are sure that you missed any of these things, then don't even listen to the waswas.
Could you go to the slide before? I think I missed one little thing.
You want me to go to the slide before?
Yeah.
I know, because this was the last class for pillars. We took so much time. This is the slide before. Yes.
This whole thing took me like 2 whole pages.
Say that again. Oh, you were writing notes?
Yeah, it took me 2 whole pages.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. And Jad, inshallah, tulab al-ilm. Like I said, not not everybody takes the knowledge of the salah like this. This is kind of advanced, you know. And I think I have students of knowledge here with me, inshallah. Allah ba'alam, inshallah. We have to go to Arabic now, inshallah. For Arabic today, no. Let me give you guys your break. While I leave it on this page just in case you're writing notes. But let me go to break so I could set up for Arabic.
السلام عليكم حنين هانية.
وعليكم السلام. Oh.
حنين, does your brother like candy?
Yeah, he loves candy.
My brother eats tons and tons of candy and doesn't exercise. Watches TV all day.
Huh?
My brother never exercises.
How old is
unless
he? How old is he?
He's 6 years old. He never exercises unless I just start chasing him or make him chase me. And then my other one, from how much he doesn't eat, he is like a skeleton.
Oh, I forgot my mute on. I'm sorry. هل أنتم جاهزون؟
نعم.
نعم.
يلا عدنا وسنبدأ الدرس اللغة العربية. واليوم يوم القواعد. Today is the day of grammar. Tuesday. Today's Tuesday, right? اليوم الثلاثاء صحيح؟
Yeah.
Yes. On Tuesdays we take a little grammar. A little قواعد. Last week, we started to speak about the signs of the ism, of the word, of the noun that makes a word a mu'annath, feminine. We spoke about 2 signs so far. Can anyone remind me من علامات المؤنث, علامات التأنيث, from the signs that make a word feminine? Who could remind me? What? Yes, Salina.
I remember one of them was if you see a tam or buta at the end of a word, and the next one is I don't remember the name, but I know it's like alif, but it looks like a ya.
Yes, yes, you're right.
Oh, alif maksura.
Alif maksura, and that's not even. And you're right, mashallah. Great job. You know why? Because we're not even on that page right now. The page that we're in front of us are the 2 tas that make a word mu'annath. The ta al-maftuha, like this one. Let me put my mouse on it. Like this ta, for example. This one here. This is called a ta al-maftuha. When this is in the end of the word, it makes the word mu'annath. And a ta marbuta, like this one, for example. Like this, Fatima. So this makes the word mu'annath. Whether it's a ta marbuta or ta maftuha. And they give you an example here. Katabat. Even though here katabat is a verb, but they use it as an example. Katabat. Fatima. Fatima is a noun. And the reason Fatima here is mu'annath is because of the ta marbuta. كتبت فاطمة على السبورة. Sabura, right? There's a ta marbuta. And sabura, you guys know it's a subura, right?
No.
It's like a chalkboard.
Yes.
Or a board, يعني. على السبورة, the board. So this word here is sabura.
Didn't we do this last class?
Yes, we did. We're just reviewing what we took. Yes. And then, yeah. And Celine also said that the ta maksura, alif, I'm sorry. The alif maksura, like this. The alif maksura, like Selma, Layla. Those names are feminine because of this alif that is maksur. So you kind of look at it and it looks like a ya, but it's not a ya. It doesn't have the 2 dots under it. It's a alif, but a short alif. It's maksur. It's cut in half. It's a short alif. The short alif. This one here. When this is the end of the word, it's also ta'neeth. Now, another one that makes another sign, alama, ta'neeth, another sign that makes a word mu'annath, feminine, is the alif and the hamza back to back. Like, for example, here, Asma, Asma bint Abu Bakr. I also have a daughter named Asma. Asma, this word here, Asma, it's a feminine name. Why? Where's the science? Why is it
Hamza.
exactly the alif and the hamza back to back? The alif and the hamza back to back like this. Asma, it makes it
Feminine.
feminine. Correct.
And
And they give you some example. Here's أسماء ذهبت أسماء مع أختها. They give us the example again with أسماء. Oh, this is سماء, sorry. So ينزل المطر من السماء. So that's two different examples. Yes, sorry. أسماء and سماء. There's two different examples. Yes. Both these words, أسماء and سماء, everybody knows why they're مؤنث?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. So if I pick anyone, for example, randomly and ask, but if I ask him, there's only one Ahmed. Ahmed,
Yes.
why is this word mu'annath? Why is this word feminine? Sama,
إذا السماء
as-sama.
السماء.
Why is it feminine? This word means the
Because-
sky, right? Why is
Because
it feminine?
both of the words have an alif at the end.
Correct. The alif and a hamza, an alif and a hamza makes it feminine. Correct.
Yeah, yeah.
You see what I mean with them? You see my mouse, right? Here's the alif, and here's the hamza. So alhamdulillah. Does everyone know? Everyone does, or anyone needs me to explain it again? If everyone knows, then
I got it.
everyone got it. Alhamdulillah. So far we spoke about the tal maftuha, the tal marbuta. I'm gonna let you guys say it now. Let me just say it one time and then I'll let you guys say it. Let me see if how good is my memory. The tal maftuha, tal marbuta, the alif al-maksura, and the alif al-hamza.
What
Am I
about
correct?
the
Did I
ya?
Did I forget anything?
The ya.
Yes.
The ya.
I can't hear you, Tala.
Yeah.
The alif maksura. Not the ya. It looks like a ya, but it's not a ya. The alif maksura. You're talking about this one?
Yes.
This one here, like Layla, Layla, or
This one-
Selma. This is called Tala. This is called the alif
Alif
maksura.
maksura.
Exactly. So I think we didn't forget any. There's one more thing. One more thing, and then I let all of you guys tell me one no, one type. The last thing is al-ma'na. Al-ma'na, meaning the meaning. Sometimes there is no actual sign in the letters. ليس هناك علامة في الحرف ولكن في الصفة. In the attribute of the name that you're calling, it's feminine by attribute. It's feminine by virtue, by meaning. So it becomes feminine. For example,
like they tell their like they tell.
for example, Haneen.
What?
Haneen, there's no ta marbuta. There's no alif. There's no alif maksura.
There's nothing here, but really you need to be careful because this one's a little tricky.
This one, that's a tricky, right, Haneen?
Yeah.
But look at the name Haneen, guys. Even though Haneen is not, the word Haneen is not written here, right? It's not from these examples that they give you. But think about the word Haneen. Think about the word Haneen.
The E.
Haneen,
The E.
It has a yeah. Come like ye.
but the ya, how you mean? Because it's Haneen. Because it's by meaning. By meaning, it's a girl's name. So it's mu'annath. For example, Haneen. or Zainab. Why is Zainab mu'annath? Okay, tell me, why is Zainab mu'annath?
And it's a like
It's a girl's name. It's a girl's name.
girl name. How it sounds like a girl name.
How it sounds like a girl name. And because we know it's a girl's name. We know by meaning it's a girl's name, so it's a girl's name. So this is the last type, because of the meaning of it is a girl's name, like Zainab, Suad, Ihsan, Haneen, Hanan.
And Zainab is one of my friends. She lives
MashaAllah.
like maybe like 1 minute further from me. We live in a park.
I'll give you guys a project right now.
Okay.
Inshallah, in the class today. In the class today,
Today?
right now. Let me see how much girls we have here. We have, in all, we have Tala, Nida, Aziza, Hania, Haneen, Salina, and Ala. Well, mashallah. Each
One
one of
girl,
these
two
names, of
boys.
course, are mu'annath. Each one of their names are feminine. Let me see if you could. I'll call out the name. I'll call out the name. If you want me to type it, I'll type it on the screen. Here, I'll type it on the screen for you guys. But even better. Or I'll call out the name, and then you tell me before I type it. You tell me why that name is mu'annath. You guys think you could do that?
Yes.
Okay, let's start. Ala. Why is that name mu'annath?
Because it has an alif.
And it has an
Ala. Alif at the end.
Correct. It has the alif and the hamza, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys got that one right. Okay, I give you guys a point for everyone.
Point.
Okay. Salina.
Because it has a ta marbuta.
Correct. MashaAllah, Tala is going so fast, she gives nobody a chance, mashallah. Salina.
We give us a chance. We know.
Okay. What about Hadeen?
I know.
Hanini sounds like a girl name.
Yeah.
Okay. Because Haneen because
That needs a girl
Haneen
name.
because Haneen, it's by meaning a girl name. Okay. What about Hania?
It has a ta marbuta.
Also,
Tamar,
you can
Yes.
if you know the meaning, you can just
Of course. Of course. Like
it
yes.
literally says it.
Yes.
Oh, one
Like
second,
like
I memorized
like
it.
Nida just said, if you know the girl, if you know the meaning, that's one of the ways that you know it's a girl name. That's the last one we spoke about. Quickly, because of the time, we have to go to Quran. Let me continue. Okay. Aziza. Where's the sign?
Aziza. The alif, I guess.
Yes.
Tamar.
Yeah, the alif, the alif.
Aziza.
Ta marbuta.
Ta marbuta. Okay, let me continue. Nida.
Ta marbuta.
Tamaburta.
No.
No, it's not.
Alif. Hamza.
Hamza.
Exactly, you got it. Who said Hamza?
Me.
I did.
Haneen.
You got it. You got it. So Nida, because of the alif and the hamza. Okay, what about and Tara? You can't answer this one. Leave some of that to everybody else. What about Tara?
Marbuta. Marbuta.
Ta marbuta, correct. Tala, ta marbuta. So you guys got idea of the signs that make a word mu'annath. Okay. Everything else, of course, everything else is mudhakkar. So, everything else is mudhakkar. Okay. Okay. That's enough for Qawaid, Arabic grammar, and for today, the Arabic lesson for today. Let us go to Quran because the time is flying.
Stop flying. Stop flying in the sky. We can't see that.
It's flying. It's moving so fast, like a bird,
It's not called fly.
like
It's
an airplane.
flashing.
Bro, there are two types of flying. Do you not understand?
I understand.
Metaphor. It's a metaphor.
Yes, a metaphor.
Yeah, but
Okay.
English has a weak line, so I don't get the thing. Like my dad in the story when he tells us, he said that Ibrahim alayhi salam pretty wise. So I was thinking he was too pretty, like a girl.
What is today? Today is Tuesday. Oh, today is Tuesday memorization. Okay.
You almost showed us. We would have cheated.
You're right. I almost forgot. Today is Tuesday, and Tuesdays we read without the Musaf. On Tuesdays. That's right. Okay. So quickly, because of time, subhanAllah, let's start with our Quran section. Okay, Ala, you have from ayah 1 to 3, Surah Muhammad. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
يلا تفضلي.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الذين كفروا sorry, forgot.
وصدوا
الذين كفروا وصدوا عن سبيل الله أضل أعمالهم والذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وآمنوا بما نزل على محمد وهو الحق من ربهم كفر عنهم سيئاتهم وأصلح بالهم ذلك بأن الذين كفروا اتبعوا الباطل وأن الذين آمنوا اتبعوا الحق من ربهم كذلك يضرب الله للناس أمثالهم.
ما شاء الله. جزاك الله خيرا. Ala, so that's you're done with 1 to 3. جزاك الله خيرا. Now, Selena,
Yeah.
you have 1 to 3 from Surah Al-Zumar.
Okay.
Go ahead.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تنزيل الكتاب من الله العزيز الحكيم. إنا أنزلنا إليك الكتاب بالحق فاعبد الله مخلصا له الدين ألا لله الدين الخالص والذين اتخذوا من دونه أولياء وما نعبدهم إلا
I
ليقربونا
didn't know your sister died.
Mute your mics, please. The other students, please mute your mics so you don't disturb one another.
إلا ليقربونا إلى الله زلفى إن الله يحكم بينهم فيما هم فيه يختلفون إن الله لا يهدي من هو كاذب كفار.
ما شاء الله. جزاك الله خيرا. Selena. Okay, Haneen.
Can I go?
Yes. If you read, you are dismissed.
Teacher, can I go too?
Yes, of course.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yes, teacher.
Haneen, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. You remember what number you're on?
For like I was in 48.
You're on 48 to 59.
Yes.
So, نعم. ذواتا.
Okay, ذواتا أفنان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان
فيهما
فيهما عينان يجريان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهما من كل فاكهة زوجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان
متكئين
يخرج منهما اللؤلؤ والمرجان فبأي آلاء ربكما
Wait, go back a little. Go back to متكئين.
متكئين على فرش بطائنها من استبرق وجنى الجنتين دان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان
فيهن
إن قاصرات الطرف لم يطمثهن إنس قبلهم ولا جان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان كأنهن الياقوت والمرجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان
حسبك. Good job, Hanin. Good job. You need a little more practice. Good job. Jazakallah khairan. Anya, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Start from the same place that Hanin started.
ذوات أفنان.
Yeah.
ذوات أفنان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهما عينان تجريان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهما من كل فاكهة زوجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان متكئين على فرش بطائنها من استبرق وجنى الجنتين دان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهن قاصرات الطرف لم يطمثهن إنس قبلهم ولا جان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان كأنهن الياقوت والمرجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان.
ما شاء الله. جزاكم الله خيرا. شكرا هانية. Excellent job. Aziza, you had Surah As-Saff.
Yeah.
You have from number 8 to 10.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يريدون ليطفئوا نور الله بأفواههم والله متم نوره ولو كره الكافرون.
هو
الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله ولو كره المشركون. يا أيها الذين آمنوا هل أدلكم على تجارة تنجيكم من عذاب أليم
ما شاء الله.
تؤمنون بالله ورسله وتجاهدون في سبيل الله بأموالكم وأنفسكم ذلكم خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون.
ما شاء الله. That's you did even more. Go ahead. You want to keep going?
يغفر لكم ذنوبكم ويدخلكم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار ومساكن طيبة في جنات عدن ذلك الفوز العظيم.
MashaAllah. So you did such a great job. You did more than was requested from you. You did up until 12. I wrote it down for you up until 12. Jazakallah khairan. Excellent job, Aziza. Okay, now Ahmed. Ahmed, you ready, Ahmed? You want me to skip? Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so you ready?
Yes. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قلوب يومئذ واخفة
Go back,
أبصارها.
go back.
Yes.
قلوب
قلوب يومئذ واخفة
واجفة
واجفة أبصارها خاشية يقولون أئنا لمردود يقولون أئنا لمردودون في الحافرة أإذا كنا إذا
إذا كنا
إذا إذا كنا عظاما ناخرة.
No, sure. That's it. Until 11, yes. Okay, good job, Ahmed. Good job. You need a little practice here and there. Some letters you mix up with some. Just fix what you review one more time. And good job. Good job, Ahmed. Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, now Nida.
Yes.
Yes, Nida, you have from 45, ayah 50 to the end. So basically to the end of Mursalat. You finish Mursalat today, inshallah. So start from وَيْلٌ يَوْمَئِذٍ لِلْمُكَذِّبِينَ until the end.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ويل يومئذ للمكذبين كلوا وتمتعوا قليلا إنكم مجرمون. ويل يومئذ للمكذبين وإذا قيل لهم اركعوا لا يركعون. ويل يومئذ للمكذبين فبأي حديث بعده يؤمنون.
MashaAllah. Excellent job. So now, today you move to another surah. You move to, so I can write it down. Your new surah is Al-Insan. That's your new surah. Of course, tomorrow we'll read some ayat before you start to memorize.
Ustad, did you see what I sent you?
Oh, you sent me 1 second. Let me see.
In the chat.
Give me a second. Let me see. جزاك الله خيرا. جزاك الله.
يحديكم.
وأنت أحسن طالبة ما شاء الله تبارك الله.
السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. Tala?
Yes.
Tala, you also have Surat Mursalat, right? But you start today with Surat Mursalat. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. You left early yesterday. You have anything memorized yet from Surat Mursalat? Did you memorize anything yet?
I do.
Okay, let me hear you. Yeah, start from the start. Start from Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والمرسلات عرفا والعاصفات عصفا والناشرات نشرا.
هل أتاك sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
والناشرات نشرا.
Go ahead, start again.
والمرسلات عرفا والناشرات نشرا
One more time. Start from the start and slow down, please. Tara. Go ahead.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والمرسلات عرفا العاصفات عصفا الناشرات نشرا فالفارقات فرقا الملقيات ذكرا.
MashaAllah, that's 1 to 5. That's good. You did an awesome job, MashaAllah. So 1 to 5. 1 to 5. So we'll continue tomorrow, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. Atikum alf afia. I hope you guys are always safe and sound and I'll see you tomorrow inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. مع السلامة.